If you're selling a digital product right now, there's a good chance you're losing 15 to 20% of every single sale, and you don't even know it. You see a platform advertising just 5% fees or only 10%, you sign up, you make your first sale, and then you check your payout. It's way less than you expected. Where did the rest go? Today we're breaking down the three most popular platforms for selling digital products: Gumroad, Lemon Squeezy, and Etsy, and I'm going to show you the real cost stack behind each one. Not just the headline number on their pricing page, the actual math as it stands right now, since these fees can change over time. Because for busy creators, the platform you pick isn't just about fees, it's about how much time it eats, how much control you keep, and whether it actually helps people find you. This is about finding a path that reduces friction for busy people, since time is one currency we can't afford to waste. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer sense of which one fits your situation. Let's get into it. Just a quick heads up before we dive in, this is educational content only, not financial advice. Results vary based on effort, product quality, market, and timing. Any income or fees examples here are illustrations, not guarantees. So do your own research too. Now, let's break this down. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you're starting out. Every platform markets its base fee like it's the whole story. It's not. Gumroad says 10%, Lemon Squeezy says 5%, Etsy says 6.5%. Sounds simple, right? But underneath that headline number is a whole stack of processing fees, currency fees, payout fees, and listing costs that quietly chip away at your revenue. If you're a busy creator, someone building an income stack on the side without hours to audit every fee line, this stuff matters more than ever. You need a platform that fits your actual bandwidth, not just the one with the flashiest pricing page. Before we go any further, let's do a quick intro to our three contenders, each with a totally different promise. First, there's Gumroad. For years, Gumroad has been the go-to for creators who just want to get started. Its whole vibe is about simplicity and speed. Think of it as the set it and forget it option, famous for its minimalist style that lets you get a product live in minutes. Next, Lemon Squeezy, a more polished, modern option. Its promise is handling complicated back-end work for you, especially global sales tax. Think of it as the "we'll help with the paperwork" platform built for creators who want things done properly from day one. And finally, we have Etsy. Unlike the others, Etsy isn't just a tool to sell things. It's a large, established marketplace. Its appeal is built in audience access. With a reported 86 to 96 million active buyers as of recent estimates, it can offer discovery that creators without an existing audience may not get elsewhere. 3 platforms, 3 different approaches. Let's see how they compare. Now let's talk about time to your first sale. For a creator who's short on time, this is everything. How many confusing settings and video tutorials stand between your idea and a live product? Gumroad is generally the fastest to set up. Many creators report having a product page live in well under an hour. Create an account, click New Product, name it, price it, upload your file, add a description. Full account verification for payouts may take longer depending on your country, but the core setup is quick. It's also built with creator-specific tools like abandoned cart emails and basic newsletters. Lemon Squeezy's interface is clean, but setup tends to be more involved. Storefront configuration and account approval can take anywhere from a day to several days. It's built for a more deliberate business setup, rather than a same-day launch. Etsy's setup is also more deliberate. You can create a basic shop shell quickly, but competing for visibility requires good mock-ups, keyword-rich titles, and basic search engine optimization. Realistically, several hours of upfront work for a first listing. So if speed to launch is your top priority, Gumroad tends to be the quickest option based on current platform design. Moving on to automation and tax handling. Passive income isn't just about earning while you sleep. It's also about minimizing admin while you're awake. This is where merchant of record status matters. A merchant of record platform acts as the legal seller on your behalf, handling sales tax and value-added tax collection across regions, a significant relief for solo creators dealing with cross-border compliance. Lemon Squeezy operates as a full merchant of record, especially following its acquisition by Stripe, automatically managing tax and value-added tax compliance in many jurisdictions. Gumroad has also moved to a merchant of record model for most transactions, offering similar tax handling benefits. Etsy, as a marketplace facilitator, also collects and remits value-added tax and sales tax in many regions where required. However, Etsy sellers often deal with more manual customer service, since buyers expect quick responses to pre-sale questions, which can make passive selling feel more active than on Gumroad or Lemon Squeezy. So for automating tax compliance specifically, Lemon Squeezy and Gumroad currently offer the strongest built-in support. Now let's take a look at fees. Fee structures shift over time, so treat these as illustrative examples based on current published rates, not fixed guarantees. Let's start with Gumroad. On paper, Gumroad charges 10% plus 50 cents per transaction for direct sales. Simple enough, but that's not what actually leaves your account. On top of that platform fee, standard payment processing through Stripe or PayPal adds roughly 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Stack those together, and your true cost lands closer to 13 to 16% per sale, not the 10% the pricing page leads you to believe. Lemon Squeezy comes in with what looks like a better deal. Its standard fee is 5% plus 50 cents per transaction. This fee includes everything: the platform, payment processing, and that critical merchant of record service. On a $20 product, Gumroad's stacked cost lands around $2 versus roughly $1.50 on Lemon Squeezy in a baseline scenario, though this gap can narrow or reverse depending on payment method and region. With Lemon Squeezy, the convenience comes with layers. If a customer pays with an international card, add another 1.5%. Some subscription and recurring billing features can tack on up to 0.5% more. Pay via PayPal, and you might see another 1.5% on top. And if you're outside the United States and withdrawing to a non-United States bank account, there's currently a 1% payout fee on top of everything else. So while 5% sounds like the cheapest option at first glance, once you add international cards, subscriptions, or PayPal into the mix, it can quietly climb close to Gumroad's territory, just with tax compliance baked in as the trade-off. And then comes Etsy. On the surface, the fees look okay. There's a 20-cent listing fee that recharges every time an item sells. Then a 6.5% transaction fee on the total sale price. On top of that, there's a payment processing fee of around 3% plus 25 cents. So right there, we're already at nearly 10% plus fixed fees on every sale. So we are looking at a similar overall percentage to Gumroad and Lemon Squeezy once processing is factored in. It's just split across more line items, which makes it feel smaller. Etsy's offsite ads program is worth flagging specifically. It becomes mandatory once a shop crosses $10,000 in trailing 12-month sales, and can add 12 to 15% on qualifying sales on top of the roughly 10% baseline. Combined, some sales could see 25% or more in total fees, a scenario worth planning for, not a fixed outcome for every seller. Based on current published rates, Lemon Squeezy's structure tends to be more transparent for domestic sales, Gumroad is simple but sits slightly higher, and Etsy's total cost can vary significantly depending on ad program eligibility. Let's now compare built-in traffic versus bring your own. This is the deciding factor for many creators. Does the platform bring buyers, or do you have to? Gumroad and Lemon Squeezy are storefronts, not marketplaces. They have little to no built-in discovery. Without your own audience, email list, or marketing effort, traffic has to come from elsewhere. Etsy, as an established marketplace, offers built-in shopper traffic. With solid search engine optimization in titles and descriptions, sellers can get discovered without running their own marketing. The trade-off is Etsy's higher fee stack, which functions similarly to a marketing cost of entry into that audience, though results vary heavily based on competition and category saturation. So Etsy can offer a discovery advantage for sellers without an existing audience, but that access comes at a higher, less predictable fee cost. Let's cover some common mistakes. The biggest mistake I see busy creators make is picking a platform based only on the headline fee percentage, which often excludes processing, currency, or payout costs. The second mistake, assuming Etsy traffic is free marketing. It's not. You're competing against saturated categories, and standing out often means running ads or heavily optimizing your listings, which takes time you may not have. And the third mistake, ignoring Lemon Squeezy's international card and PayPal surcharges if a large share of your audience is outside the United States, since the effective rate can climb well above 5%. So which platform might fit your situation? So which platform is the absolute best for a busy creator? The honest answer is, it all depends heavily on your starting point. There's no single best platform for everyone. If you have no existing audience and limited time for marketing, Etsy's built-in traffic may offer the best odds of getting discovered without active promotion. Though higher fees and offsite ads apply once you scale, if you have a small existing audience and want to sell something quickly, Gumroad's fast setup can let you launch the same day, in exchange for a somewhat higher fee structure. If you're focused on long-term brand building and want automated tax compliance, Lemon Squeezy's merchant of record model and more transparent fee structure may suit a slower, more scalable setup process. If I had to point to one option that generally requires the least setup time to get a first product live, it would be Gumroad, though your outcome will still depend on your product, positioning, and effort, not the platform alone. For creators without an audience, Etsy's marketplace traffic may offer better initial discovery odds. For those prioritizing a scalable, tax-compliant setup, Lemon Squeezy is worth the extra setup time. Which platform fits your situation best often comes down to whether you already have an audience or need the platform to help you find one. Something worth thinking through before you commit. I have links to all three platforms in the description below if you'd like to check them out. Choose the one that fits your reality, not someone else's highlight reel. Now go build something awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.